All right, well, welcome to the inaugural MemberCon.com whiteboard lesson. As I was doing the video tour of our office the other day, I came in and I kind of showed our whiteboard area where we have conference calls and we do our idea brainstorming, and I thought, man, this is just a waste that I'm not using this every single day. And so I decided to go ahead and start doing some lessons about things that we've learned about selling content online and things that are coming up in our Interview Income inaugural class. And we've got a lot of good questions coming in there, and one of the ones that comes up in there and outside of the class all the time is, at what point should I start selling my premium content or letting people know that I have a membership site available? We've all been taught in internet marketing, of course, that if you are going to get people to sign up for your email list, you've got to give them some freebie away, some really valuable content that's going to make them say, wow, I got to get on this list. And then hopefully you're able to sell them on some of your premium stuff as you go down the autoresponder chain. But when do you start to do that? At what point do you start to sell them on the second email you send or the third email you send? So I'll just tell you how we did it at first and how that didn't work and how we've changed it since then. So on our membership site, we used to do something where we gave away basically an interview with a trader about online investing, and this one I think was specifically about futures trading. And it was one of our best interviews. That's one of the things I always recommend. Give away your best stuff and you'll have a much easier time selling. But whenever they got into our autoresponder chain, the first email they got was just a total freebie. Okay, it was the free thing we gave away, but it also told them that at that moment our membership site, our premium content, was going to go on sale for 72 hours. And it started a countdown clock from that day forward. So when they got email 2 and email 3, they were reminded that, hey, their membership site, now that you've joined our list, we're making it on sale for 72 hours. And they got a little piece of content here that said, there's some good stuff, but in 72 hours, our membership site is on sale. And by the third one, it's like, you got to go to our site and get signed up for our membership site. We've made it on sale just for you because we want to thank you for joining our email newsletter list. Well, the problem with that was it was just too soon. People hadn't decided yet whether or not we were worth their money on a monthly basis to join our site. So we decided that we would kind of back that up a little bit. And somebody once told me that the way they think of it, and forgive me, I don't remember who said this, but somebody said this in the internet marketing space, and I thought it was actually pretty brilliant. So you've got a bank that you can deposit into. And this is the bank that you can draw from your goodwill to sell people your premium stuff. So every time you give them something for free and of value, you're putting money into the bank. And then every time you want to sell them something, you got to make a withdrawal and take money away from that bank. So the first thing you want to do is fill up that bank with your goodwill. So when somebody joins our email list, the first email they get is just pure free content. It's one of our interviews, and it is one of the best ones, again. But it's no pitch, no nothing. It's just, here's some information that is normally available only to members. We're giving it to you for free. No strings attached, no pitch for joining the site or becoming a member. It's just free. Now, I go back and forth whether or not this should have a PS that is our pitch that says, if you like this interview, you're going to love being a member, because they get one of these every week, sometimes twice a week. But we decided not to do that. I decided to stay away from the PS and the pitch on the first email series. So what we do is we fill up this bank pretty high. Emails 1 through about email 8 are all into the bank. I'm filling up this bank. 7, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? All of these are filling up my bank, because when I want to make a withdrawal from that bank, I withdraw quite a bit at once. So emails 1 through 8 fill up my bank. Now email 9 and 10 is where I'm going to start making withdrawals from my bank of goodwill. Now I start to pitch, even in email 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I start to pitch. And in fact, the pitch gets louder and louder with each email. But also, that's 8 pieces of free content that I'm sending them over 8 days. Sometimes we adjust it to 12 days, so they're getting it either every other day or every day in email from us. So I'm filling this bank with goodwill, good content, and then I'm going to withdraw on 9 and 10 and thereafter. So as the pitch gets louder and louder as you go down through the chain, email 9 is pretty much all pitch. No free content. It is, here's the deal. We've given you almost 12 days of free content. This is stuff that you can use to make money in whatever industry you're in right now, and we haven't asked you for anything. But at this point, you have an idea of what we're all about. You get a good feel for the type of content we produce. It's time to either join or make a decision, basically. I'm just saying, we've given you 12 days to get a feel for what we're all about. At the 9th email and the 10th email, it's time to make a decision. And 9 and 10 are all pitch. And the question then becomes is, where does your 9 and 10 start? Does it start at 5 and 6, 7 or 8, 9 or 10? Does it start at 18 or 20? We've just found that at 9 or 10, at about 2 weeks, maybe a little bit less, that's our sweet spot. That's where we've shown everybody how much great stuff we have behind our membership wall or in our premium content area. And at this point, it's time to make a decision. Now, do we get a lot of unsubscribes at 9 or 10? Absolutely, and that's okay. Because I want those people to self-qualify themselves and get themselves off my list. If they've seen everything that we have to offer in emails 1 through 8, and they're still not convinced that we have great stuff behind our membership area, I want them off the list. Plus, if you get complaints that say, oh, you're just trying to sell me something. Absolutely, I'm trying to sell you something. I've been giving you free stuff 1 through 8. It's time to buy or not. And if you're not, you're welcome to stay on the list, but you're going to get pitched again. So yes, we get a lot of unsubscribes around the 9 and 10 area where we do nothing but pitch in those emails. But at that point, I want people to make a decision. They either are in for this or they're not. And if they want to stay on the list, that's fine. I'm going to maybe send occasional pieces of content down the pipe after that, but most of them are all going to be pitches after this. And it's either going to be for affiliate people that we're doing affiliate links with, so I can try and monetize them that way. If they're not into buying my stuff, that's fine. We can pitch them on some affiliate stuff that we believe in, and maybe that'll be a better fit for them, and we'll still make some money from the list after that. But the idea is that you need to decide where in your chain, where this bracket goes, where you're going to be withdrawing from the bank rather than putting in. Because if you continually, for 30 days, 60 days, I've seen some sites, just put money into the bank, you're never going to get a chance to withdraw to pitch them because they're going to be so used to getting free content. It doesn't matter how much of withdrawal you make or how much pleading you do. You've given them 2 months of content. They're not going to buy something from you. Why should they? Everything's for free, and they know you're going to continue to put free stuff out. So it's always a balance. For us, we found that 9 or 10, and we've adjusted this up and down the chain, longer out, further in, and 9 and 10 is right about our sweet spot. But that's what you've got to find out for yourself and for your audience as well. So thanks for joining me for this inaugural whiteboard lesson. The lighting in here is crummy, but I found that when I tried to light it up, it just glared on here. So the crappier the lighting, the better you can see the whiteboard, I think. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get better at this as we continue on and I do this more often, but thanks for being here.